It's Monday, June 12th, 2023. Let's talk about the news. From the Associated Press, Trump campaigns after indictment unsealed. A 49-page indictment of former U.S. President Trump has been released by federal prosecutors, outlining 37 criminal charges against him and forcing Republican lawmakers and candidates to stake out public positions on the matter. This is a big story that will likely lead to more divulgences and breaking news over the next several months, but in essence, the charges in this case orient around Trump and his people allegedly taking and improperly storing sensitive and classified documents when he left the White House, and then lying about and concealing these documents from the government. These charges could lead to a substantial prison sentence. A Trump aide who helped his boss move these papers around and who then lied to prosecutors about doing so was also charged, and Trump denies any wrongdoing and continues to campaign for the 2024 presidential election. Republican senators are mostly avoiding saying anything about Trump right now. House Republicans are mostly coming out on his side, echoing his arguments and denials, and other Republican candidates are either continuing to oppose Trump or saying they would pardon him if elected. Trump is scheduled to make his first court appearance related to this matter on Tuesday. From BBC News, Boris Johnson says he's been forced out of Parliament over Partygate report. Former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has stepped down from Parliament, claiming he was forced out by colleagues who were going to find him guilty of pandemic-era rule violations, no matter what the facts revealed. The committee in charge of investigating the so-called Partygate revelations about Johnson and his people's behavior during the COVID lockdowns, during which they apparently got together and partied while telling the rest of the country they couldn't even visit their dying relatives, has said they, quote, followed the procedures and the mandate, end quote, and the cross-party committee, most of them from Johnson's own party, said they would be publishing their report soon. And Johnson's preemptive stepping down was catalyzed by his reading of a draft report that he seemingly does not agree with. There will now be a by-election in the constituency he represented in Parliament to find his replacement. And from Reuters, U.S. suspends food aid to Ethiopia, says it is not reaching needy. The U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, has announced that it will be suspending food aid to Ethiopia because the resources it's been sending to the area have been systematically diverted away from people in need. The announcement didn't formally accuse anyone of doing the diverting, but the organization has said it believes some element of the Ethiopian military and higher-ups in local governments have been diverting these shipments, meant to help feed the 20 million or so people thereabouts who are in desperate need of food, to military forces. Non-military civilians living in some parts of Ethiopia have been even worse off than usual in recent years, as an ongoing drought and famine were amplified by a 2-year civil war between government forces and those of a separatist force in the north called the TPLF. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com, and you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.